Hi you guys, KarNikkl here with BriaN again. We are on part 5 now, I think. I think it's part 5. And today we've got still, how many do we got? 316 mappers or something. For me the number's a little bit different because I tried again to move it a little so it kind of fits the one of BriaN. It did work, just kinda. It did kinda work, but after like the next 2, 3 rows, it gets a little bit twisted again. It is what it is. However, we still have a lot of work to do here, so shall we get started or is there something else before?
No, I guess we can just get straight
Okay,
into it.
because the first row is already quite interesting already. Shall we go again for like one row entirely, then next one?
Yeah. Let's do with that.
Okay, starting with Ansel, and I gotta say, I really love Ansel, honestly. I'm just kind of wondering how high I wanna place him. I think it's not like he's on the legend level or something, but I would say he's kinda excellent. He has a lot of very creative maps. I would argue there isn't anyone else doing his style pretty much. It's kind of like a mixture of fancy and X, I think, but the track is also different comparison to them, so I mean his main selling point is definitely the decoration, I would say. And while I would also agree that a lot of his maps aren't really playable for majority, like everything after the stage 2 map I think is really hard to play if you not like played it at least a couple times. It's actually those layer maps that are really interesting of him, so yeah, I think excellent does fine for him. Xeno, honestly, I think he has only a few volumes, probably some features, like I think he was in Lost Place. Thing about him is that his style isn't that out of the box or something, but every map he is in, it's kinda standing out a little. Like be a volume or like the stuff like Lost Place. I think it's above average, but in a sector that's like just rather nature-ish with nothing too special to it. Dink. Actually, just this month, Dink kind of skyrocketed for me. I think if you asked me before, it was like I would be like, yeah, Dink is pretty neat, but probably like average, or maybe slightly above average. After what I've seen now from the latest map, especially Lost Horizon, I would say he's definitely above average. Like no argue, he's definitely above. Um, Keep going like that might be excellent, but for now above average will do. It seems he really improved the style of decoration he goes with all the building shapes and all. And yeah, only thing with him is that his older maps like just rather simple, oversimplified, nothing really special like in stuff like Beach Day or something. It's really just this more modern type of thing that's really going out there. But since that's the thing we have now, I think above average is pretty much deserved. Avery. Avery is actually a really good speed mapper, honestly. Also, here they can decorate really well. Has some good maps and some are a little bit more mid, but I would say he's also above average. A lot of cool stuff. Also, older stuff like Nova Forest is still pretty nice, but especially his speed maps. Maybe honestly a little bit hard to rank. Like the newer maps, they show they are really good in older type decoration style, like 2014 and all. Um, Before that, honestly, I never really cared about maybe though. I would say mm, he might be above average, but I keep him on average for now. But the decoration style is really lovely, definitely. Just can't rank him higher at all. And Gorex, wait, oh no, I lost him. Here he is. Gorex is honestly not not in particular the best mapper, but that's mainly because he's like barely mapping at all. So like I could put him below average, but same time, given his map amount, the quality is kinda there. So like also in the urban map, I know what he did there. It's like that's pretty decent. I guess average is fine. It's just that there aren't many maps. Then Polak Mali. I think I will leave that guy. Will I? Honestly, for me, it's super hard to grasp what Polak Mali did in his maps. Polak Mali is part of a lot of decent to cool maps like Caveman and all, but I can't really tell what he did there. I have no clue actually. I think I'll put him on average for now and wait for BriaN's analysis. And Ziku as last one has a lot of interesting solo maps also. Is also like Malipat in a huge selection of decent to good maps like Dreamer Skyline 2, like Hard Fury. Might be above average actually. I mean, that's probably where I should put Polak Mali too, but yeah, I'll wait for BriaN. So yeah, that's my row.
Okay. Hmm. I'm still thinking about some people, like for example, Enzo. I really like his like not the latest maps because he made the Volume 9 not that long ago, and I didn't like it. I feel like his best maps are his Volume 6, 7, and 8. His Volume 7 is well, not close to my heart. It's nothing personal, but I just really like it. That I don't think is excellent. Because if I'm looking at the names in my list, and if I compare, for example, Enzel to Simics, I think Simics is a level above him. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave Enzel in above average for now, I think. Zeno, I think I'm gonna put him in average. I like his maps, but when you said that every map that he was in kind of stands out, I don't feel that way. I can name a few of his maps, but I don't think they stand out at all. At least not to me. Dink. Dink, I think I'm gonna put him in above average. It's interesting his deco style, isn't it? Because it's really simple, but somehow he makes it look good. Or like the maps have like an atmosphere. Because if you think about it and if you try to look at the maps objectively, Dink maps are just so fucking simple. Even the track is like, I don't know. Somehow he pulls off the super simple track and decoration combo, and yet the maps are still something special. So I think that he's definitely above average. Every probably also above average, or it's difficult. I don't know. I think I'm gonna leave him in average. I like a few of his maps, but I think the thing is, I think he has more maps than I can name right now, which to me says that it's not very memorable. Those maps in a way. So I really like Momentum Realm, but I cannot name another map from him that I like. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave him an average. Maybe and Gorex, they are kind of the same to me, to be honest. Maybe because they have maps together right now, and that's what I kind of remember them for. But I think they're both average, just
Ain't it
fine.
literally
Nothing
just
special.
one map?
Is it just one?
Yeah, I think
Oh no,
urban.
maybe it had two other maps, right? With Cookie.
Yeah, maybe I had two
Gorex
maps,
is only
but
one of them.
one is just the feed with Gorix. It's the only map.
Yeah, but I don't know, they kind of go together for me right now. Yeah, kind of the same, I guess. Average. Uh, Polak Mali, I'm gonna put him in above average. I didn't wanna interrupt you, but I think one of the easiest things to remember about Polak Mali or like what he has done is all of skills, because he made the track for all of skills until kind of the NRG parts, so that kind of helps with like
I
what
mean,
he has done in particular, because he had solo maps, but they weren't. I think he had like 2 of them or 3. So yeah, it's kind of hard to gauge what he actually did at the time, but yeah, I think he was above average. He was fine.
I mean, I would say even that early stuff of all of skills is just like okay-ish. It's not like the craziest stuff I've ever seen or something.
Well, right now, no. At the time, it was better.
Yeah, sure, but I don't know. I think I
I
keep
mean,
him average.
at the time it was better, but also not, because I distinctively remember myself making a comment on all of skills on YouTube, saying that it suffered from the same issue as Booma Yeah did. The awesome boost and 10 times map. Because at the time I really didn't like skilled maps which were like stop and go. Like they were like slow, and you had to like stop, go back for NOS, and then do a port, then stop again. And I kind of didn't like that, and it grew on me over time. But at that time, I was like, yeah, this is kind of ass. It was cool. It was a long map and everything, and it was like really hard at the time. But yeah, I think it was above average for the time he mapped in. Uh, Siku, I like his Volume 4. I think um that map stands out, but the rest kind of don't. At least not to me. And I don't think his Volume 4 was his last map he ever did, because I think he had more. But for some reason, his Volume 4 to me is the peak, and it kind of feels like after that he disappeared. But I think he had maps after his Volume 4, they just weren't less, they weren't as unique, or I don't know. I think I'm gonna leave him an average. Yeah, I'm looking at these other names right now, and they kind of go hand in hand for me in my head, quality wise. Kinda, yeah. And
Alright.
yeah, he was the last one in the row, so your turn.
Alright, just let me check if the row is still adding up. It... Nah, not exactly. But the first 5 do. Okay. Okay. Alright, Viscous. That's a good question. That's a genuinely good question. It's one of those guys, I gotta say, it's kind of hard to rank them first, but I might go with Legend actually, simply because I think Viscous, like, I think I saw him like making another screenshot and all, and honestly, when I have that feeling, or like when I see that Viscous is about to map and about to drop something, I'm literally just like evading it, you know? And if I await something, I'm really, really eager to like see and play it. And that's something he created for himself. Like, especially with Circuit Brick and Jetty Launch, like those maps, especially Jetty Launch, I would say it's one of the greatest nature maps I've ever played. Like, honestly, I might not know any other map that feels so natural. Like, in a way that it feels like it could be a place in real life or something. Because it just blends in so well. And that's just like a thing that goes through the most of Whiskers maps, even the older ones. Also stuff like reactions and all created a great vibe. So yeah, he might be a legend for me. Maybe a little bit too high, maybe he's just excellent, but I really, really, really like Whiskers maps. And I wish there were more of them. Tulio. Phew. He's kinda hard to rank these days, honestly. I remember playing quite a few of his maps, but I think even those I played were like a quarter of what he actually did. And I would argue that like 10 to 15% of his stuff is actually memorable, while the others are really just like there. So I'd give him a benefit of a doubt above average for the time, because it's like this really far back, but I think these days the only really aged well ones are probably Running for My Life 4 and Magnetic Love and the one Freed Sabbath, Hot Summer 2. I think those are the mainly well aged and other than that, yeah, it's kind of going downhill. Um, I barely remember the name Hehu, honestly. I know like 1 to 3 maps or something, but honestly can't even say their names. So I think I put them on average because yeah, I just know they were fine enough. So no clue about that. Twister is, I think, the guy from the radioactive map.
Yes.
Um, that's about all I memorized from him. I know there were also like 2 or 3 more maps. Also average, honestly. Visual, I know more about. Visual is in quite a few features that are kind of interesting. Like, I think he was in The Verge, he was in the Kusha project, he was in Motion 3 also. Though I would argue probably he never was the greatest part of them. I think he's average, maybe above, but also like Polak Mali a little bit harder to grasp. But I think he does quite well in average. So now I gotta look the other names up. We got Shockwave. Shockwave will be a little tricky for me. What a lot of people don't know is that I have a Shockwave bias. You don't know because there's never a reason to talk about Shockwave for me. Thing is that this Volume 5 was one of the very first harder maps. I think you could argue back then it was an HDM map that I finished. And I kind of fell in love with this style of him from Volume 4 to Volume 6. I actually never was that much of a fan of the Volume 7, even though it's really loved. These days I like it too. Um, but yeah, all in all, I think Shockwave for me personally he is excellent because I really liked the way his style was back then. It was kind of inspiring for me. It was kind of outstanding with the fun aspect of playing those maps. These days he probably is just above average for me, but I give him the slight bias boost of being excellent. I just allow that to myself. Tarin, honestly super hard to grasp for me. Like some time ago when I think Tarin was also part of the Asia Roses map.
Yes.
And I think that gained like when this was around, people were like, "Oh my god, yeah, Tarin is back," and I was like, "What? What do you mean Tarin is back? Like, what is the deal with Tarin?" And like I mean, I was in clan with him a while. Like, he's a kind guy and all. Like map wise, everything this guy has for me in my mind is his Volume 3, which I only memorized because the song was kind of outstanding for me, which made some vibe to it. But it never was that great for me or something. And previous maps also never seemed like it. So yeah, I guess he's just average for me. I don't know. And oh, the last map on the list is actually Slimy. Okay. Slimy. Funny enough, I think I know Slimy ever since he started his mapping career. Like I met him probably like somewhat during the he will blame me if I don't get this right. The ASFTLO, yeah, I still didn't memorize it, but you know what I mean. The after skill for the love of me Shrek, the Island 2 project time stuff. Um, Ever since that, I think I know him personally. So I kinda know about his entire journey, and I gotta say that Slimy, his mapping skill is kinda above average to at his best parts excellent, but the release stuff he has is pretty much below average to average. That's what I would say. And the thing is, he's not really mapping these days because he's just so fucking focused on WFFing. Same time, he has too many maps to put him on potential, probably. That could be my bias. I'll put him on average simply because of what is there. I mean, you can tell from latest maps that there is something there, like another outrageous map, GTA San Andreas, and all. And I know what he has on the map server still, so yeah, he's probably better than average for me. Like for me, he definitely is, but given that I have to see what's released, yeah, I guess average will do. Alright, your turn.
Okay. So, I managed to get my work stuff done in the meantime. Fastest ticket handler in the West. So, Whiskers. I'm gonna put Whiskers in excellent, I think. If it wasn't for his latest few maps, I think I maybe would have even just put him in average, to be honest. But I'm gonna bring up the same map, Jetty Lunch. I fucking love. Um, just the entire atmosphere with the song and everything is just so good. I love it. And yeah, I feel like he kind of kickstarted a style, and many people have started basically copying him, which I think is a sign of something good. Tulio TC. I've been kind of fighting or like discussing this in my head. Um, and I think I'm not gonna be able to put him in legend. I don't think, even though that's the first word that comes to my mind when I think of Tulio TC. But if I look at the names in legend and then I look at the names in excellent, I feel like he kind of belongs here somewhere between these people. I'm just gonna put him here. Um, yeah, he could have done more, I think. So I don't think he overstayed his welcome like this did, for example, like I explained in the last episode. But I don't find his first like 75% of his maps enjoyable. I don't think they aged well. At the time they were fine. They were like average maps, I think. Magnetic Love and the maps you said basically Hot Summer 2, Magnetic Love, and all of these maps are pretty good. And at the time they stood out. And they aged well, I think. But the rest kind of didn't. So I think his is kind of like on the level of HTC for me, somewhere around there. Um, Hihu or Hehu, however you say his name. I'm gonna put Hewin above average. He is a very good SAMP mapper, so that's one of the reasons why you may not be familiar with him. He has a few maps in MTA as well. I mean, more now because I've been not only I but some friends as well. We've been converting them from SAMP for MTA, but MTA maps like Speed Chronicles or his Volume 14 called Sense. They're really, really good maps. Um, Nothing super memorable though, but he's really solid, and I think he's one of the best SAMP mappers there is, or there was. So definitely above average. Twister, I'm think I'm gonna leave him in average, even though I think he's the better kind of average. His map stood out a tiny bit at the time. Like he had some creativity going on, but nothing super crazy. Visual, I'm also just gonna put him in average. He is in a few good maps, but it's hard to gauge what he actually did in them. And those maps also don't stand out too much, so I think average is fair. Shockwave, I think Shockwave is one of those whose maps I really like, but I don't think that necessarily means that he's an excellent mapper. I think I'm gonna leave him above average. He's kind of like Console to me in a way. Like they kind of had a similar amount of maps as well. Console had a few more feats. Um, yeah, I think he belongs here if I'm reading these names. Torian, I'm gonna put Torian in average. Good maps, but again, nothing super outstanding. And Slimy, I don't have the same kind of personal knowledge or like personal insight as you do. So all I see about Slimy maps is the maps themselves, and those are below average to me. So sorry, but that's how I see it. And it's once again your turn, I think.
I mean, not gonna lie, I expect that, especially given that half of Slimy stuff is HDM, so I would have been confused if you put him higher than that. But yeah, anyway, Yeah, let's see where those oh no, I accidentally tapped an OBS. That's not good. Okay, so let's see where those names are hiding. We start with Lemon. Honestly, you gotta tell me this. Does Lemon really have more than like 3 maps or 4? Because all I remember is like Volume 2, Volume 3. We just wanna run, and then another feature with Skotinka. That's like kind of all I have in mind with Lemon.
Technically, he does have more maps, but they are like he had like 7 volumes before his actual 3 volumes.
Let's
It's one of
see.
those. So he technically has more maps, but they don't like they
I
don't
mean,
they're not relevant.
the one thing I can say about him is that Leviathan Lemonade 1 is kind of the one of the most iconic maps I played in the early days. Like, I don't know, every time this map came up, it was kind of super hard to top for me, but it had some vibe to it. It was so special. I can't even pinpoint what it is. Maybe it's just this longest spawn with the song because, if you have like a map for the first time and it's like one of your first 100 maps, then it's kind of memorable by default, I guess. But I don't know. Something about Leviathan Lemonade is really just that cool. And
You want
for other maps, they weren't that bad.
you want to
Also,
know something about his volume 2 though?
what is it, stolen or something?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, perfect.
Well, the rumor is, and I think it's still a rumor, but I think Lemon actually confirmed it to me. But Rafinha decorated his entire volume 2 for like 50 euros.
How? I mean that wouldn't be stolen.
No, it's not stolen. It was a transaction, I think.
That's basically ghost mapped.
Yeah, basically. And I,
but
and I encourage every.
wait. One thing. How come that Rafinha makes better decoration for money on other maps than for himself? Like, the only map that exceeds there would be his Volume 11 decor style-wise. What the hell?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I encourage everyone to just take a look at the decoration, like a bit closer than you usually do when you play the map next, and you will see that yeah, it kind of looks like a Rafinha map actually.
I mean, okay, it's I mean, the track is also still good. That's not like that, but okay. I mean, there was also Leviathan Lemonade 2, but I don't have the memory right now for that one. What I mainly remember is we just want to run and this good Tinga feature. I forgot the name of.
The cube lens.
I guess with the decoration, I was thinking about doing like above average, but given if he did that once, maybe his decoration isn't as great as I thought. And I guess he's average, but his name is kind of standing out. It's kind of standing out for me. So next is Lethal. It wasn't until like I went to bigger servers like TFF or like I think it was actually ER that I noticed for myself that I like Lethal more than I thought, because on the old server AEG I played, it was mainly just the Volume 4, which is a great map, definitely. I like Volume 4, definitely. But when I joined the servers later on, I played the other remaining maps, like the Volume 1 to 3, and I just noticed that I really like the style he went with. So I'm not sure if I would put him on above average or maybe even had potential, because there weren't so many maps, but given the time, I kind of would love to know how far he would have gotten.
I figured you wouldn't know, but he also has a volume 5,
I played it once or twice, but it wasn't
so you know. Okay,
enough to like. I have no clue how it looked. That's why I'm not talking about that
okay.
specifically.
I'll explain later what I think or like why I said it.
I think I kind of moved him to head potential because I feel like he went too early. I don't know. Like, literally, even his Volume 1 is great. You know what I mean? It's like ah. I wish he would have been around longer, definitely. Next one is Boss in the list, right?
Yes.
Uh, okay, Boss is basically the incarnation of what did you actually map? Because, like, I'm not sure if I've ever seen a boss map without legs in it. That's honestly hard to pinpoint. Maybe there was one, like, decoless thingy. I think I remember one of those, but most of the part he's like the sidekick of Lex for me. So I guess he's average. maybe above, because I really like the style of Lex, and he's probably benefiting it a lot given he's in so many Lex maps. But yeah, I guess average. Lin K. Okay. Wait. There's something I have to make clear. We got Link. Do we got who else do we got? No, only that Link. Because I think there were 3 links, like Lin K, Link, and X Link. And I just need to make sure that this Lin K is the guy who makes the crazy decoration, actually.
I genuinely have no idea.
Yeah, like that. I think that one link, like X Link, is just a single volume. He's like okay, and there was one link that wasn't as amazing as the other because I will just go for the amazing link. The amazing link had pretty fine decoration, especially seen on stuff like Trophy 2, which honestly is one of the most underrated nature style maps I know genuinely because it's actually such a vibe. The decoration link is definitely something I would put on above average because he actually creates vibes very well. And if you like can pinpoint it, I would recommend to play Trophy 2. I think Trophy 2 shows this very well, that he's quite capable of something. Next that's Lisa, I think. That's really small on my screen. I really gotta ask.
Yes.
Honestly, gonna go for the Peter Griffin move again. I did not care about Lisa. Lisa is really plain for me. I don't know. I don't know if Lisa has any fans. Good for you if you are a Lisa enjoyer. I'm really not caring about Lisa maps. They're okay, I guess. Yeah. I like the guy. Okay. I really like the guy. But I think it's in plain sight that Lixus never was great. Lixus genuinely never made super great maps. I think it actually might be just below average and not like dog shit because his maps are kind of playable, but I'm gonna be real with you. Lixus maps are never great. You can maybe have some fun with them here and there. Like, I think Nature Chronicles is his best one. Same time though, Nature Chronicles 3 is like a 5 to 6 people feature, so yeah. And the most decoration there was, I think, done by Rocks. All in all, he is mediocre in decoration, and his track is partly okay, partly very random. So yeah, that's the Lixus in a nutshell. Okay, next is Backward King. I have a tough time writing his name to. Oh my god. Okay, low zero keyboard do zero. Look, if it wasn't for Madward, you guys wouldn't even know the guy exists. Like, at least 90% of you guys wouldn't know he exists if Madward wouldn't be a thing. Let's be real with that. I am, of course, more known. Like I know way more than you guys, so I know 2 more maps of him. Like Bangarang and Ultra Speed. Yeah, he's average. I don't know, man. It might be iconic with Mapper, but let's be real, Madward is a freaking boring map still. His entire leftover of like name he made for himself is a long war ride. That's literally his legacy. But yeah. And law.com, I kinda know like 1 or 2 maps from him. I gotta say, I don't know what it is. How was this one map from him called?
Get up, ninja.
Huh?
Get up, ninja.
Was it Get Up Ninja? I think Get Up Ninja was the other. The one I'm talking about is I think the song was
Legend
something
Survives
like
or something.
the song was something like The End of the World or something.
No, he had 3 maps: The Legend Survives, Give Me Energy, and Get Up, Ninja.
Anyway, the thing about him is that how do I put this? It feels like he made maps for a different game. Is maybe that? It's like somehow his maps didn't feel like it was MTA core or something. Like, you could argue it's kind of the same vibe you would get from No Juju from this guy. It's like the entire vibe is so different in those maps that it doesn't feel like it's the same game, partly. Not entirely, but partly. It's a little bit hard to grasp, but I think for that alone, I would give him the above average. I never really felt like his maps were super amazing and all, but they're just so far gone from the regular vibe, and they weren't bad. Like, it was just like different. So yeah, I guess I put them on above average.
Okay. Quick fire round because I don't have too many thoughts. Lemon, I've said what I want to say, average. Lethal, I'm gonna put lethal in above average, definitely. The reason I mentioned this volume 5 is because um, to me it's interesting. Like he had 4 volumes and then he made his volume 5 years after, and it didn't even show that he missed like fucking 4 or 5 years of MTA. It's crazy. And the guy, I don't know how he did it. Like I've never seen any other maps from him. He doesn't have feats. I don't know if he has old maps with another name, but he's kind of just a fucking 5 map wonder. And I like all of them. He's great. I think of Lethal like another version of Simics. They're kind of like in the same ballpark. Simics is better, but yeah, I don't know. I like his maps. Boss, I'm gonna put him in below average. I think. I don't like any of his maps, to be honest. None of them. I wouldn't be able to name all of them, but the ones I remember them for the wrong reasons. I just don't like them. Link, the reason I only put his name in and not the 2 others is because one, I genuinely have no idea how many of them there actually are, or they are different people or not different people. I didn't dive too deep into trying to find out because for me personally, they're all the same. They don't stand out, bang, mid average to me.
I
Lisa,
mean, just
yeah,
one quick thing. I think there actually even is a link feed link, but I'm not sure if it is.
yeah, I think there is. So, but I just didn't bother to be honest. I wasn't sure if I don't know. I don't know anything. So even the link fit link map could have just been a solo map and as a feat as a joke. I don't know. So I just added one, and then I figured we will just mention it if. But I don't know. For me, there's no difference between whether there's just one guy or three. To me, it's just the same. Lisa, I'm gonna put an average. I don't like her volume 5 and 6. Like her maps after her volume 4 kind of just sucked.
What do you mean 5 and 6? I've never seen 5 and 6.
Exactly, yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, touche. Yeah, she has a 5 and 6, and she also has a map with Corex called Surrounding Echoes, and I don't like them. She peaked at his volume 3 and 4 for me. Lexus below average, I think. I don't like his maps, to be honest. They are like mid, but annoyingly mid, but not the good kind of mid, the bad kind of mid. Sorry. Uh, Lucky Boto, I gonna put him in average, and I disagree with you. Um, well, I agree that like 99% of the people know him for his volume 6, and that's it. But I think his volume 4 is actually a fucking banger. It's called Ultra Speed, and it's really fun. It's full of like space scripts like Puma markers, but it's really fun to play. His volume 5 is just a mid-ass map, but I really like his volume 4. It's really good, and
Yeah,
I
I mean,
like the song.
I mentioned Ultra Speed, but the thing is, Ultra Speed is kinda. It's okay for the first half, and the second half is just confusing a little, and I don't know. Maybe for the time it was. It didn't click with me.
Yeah, for me it's also song bias. Like if a map has a really good song that I like, then I'm willing to overlook issues with the map, which is, I guess, it's not a good thing. But sorry, that's just my subjective opinion sometimes. And lol.com, that's so fucking difficult for me to rate. Like, here's the interesting case of being so fucking bad at mapping that it kind of loops back and is actually really fucking good. It's uh, he's kind of like I don't know if you remember that I called Strong GT the worst good mapper, I think. LOL.com is kind of like the best shit mapper. He's kind of like Kacha in a way. Like his maps just work somehow. Get Up Ninja is a fucking banger, but it sucks. it's it's weird. I think I'm gonna put him in Hat Potential or something. I don't know. He kind of needs his own tier for me. Like I love his maps, but they are fucking junk. It's I don't know. It's weird. I'm just gonna put him here, and then he's gonna be the person who was like day 75. They still didn't notice that I'm here. He's just gonna like we're just not gonna look at him. I don't know where else
Okay,
to put him. Like
perfect.
it doesn't make sense to put him like I don't think he's above average. He's definitely not average.
I
Below
mean,
average, no, because his maps are bangers. So it's I don't know. I'm just gonna put him here and just leave
I
him.
mean, to be fair, the description also kind of fits 10 times, to be honest.
Yeah, in a way, yeah, kind of.
Alright, next row. Starting with Lost. Now, here's the thing. I kept hearing stuff like ghost mapping allegations against Lost. And at this rate, I think some, yeah, maybe true, others I don't freaking know. Um, Overall, if I just go all in to say I rank every map potentially that has the name Lost in it, and I know Lost can also map, so that's that. I will just judge it by that. I think Lost is. Um, I'm not sure if average or above average because some decoration approaches seem more out of the ordinary, but same time also she's placed in a lot of maps that aren't super great. Like the latest was I think the feature with Sandy, which is also kinda exceeding. At the same time, I'm not sure if the better parts are from Sandy or from Lost because we all know that Sandy is quite good at her stuff too. I think I'll do benefit, like not the benefit of the doubt this time and just put on average instead of above because maybe it's also a little biased to the fact that a lot of her maps are also decoless, like the Astronomia series and the Aquiver. Like, genuinely, I don't like Aquiver, but yeah, somehow those maps always get the prestige, and now we gotta live with them. It's a little bit a shame because the other maps are way better. But yeah, I think Lost on average is fine. Louis Dyer is hard to grasp for nowadays, like how good he was actually. All I know is that I really, really, really like playing the Volume 7, even though it's such a pace killer on about every damn part it has. But yeah, like this Volume 7, Sail is of course very iconic. There was this feature, was it Mortal Kombat or Mortal Reminder or something? Mortal something?
Mortal Time.
Mortal Time. I think that was actually
Mortal
a.
Kombat.
I legit don't know. I mean, what I gotta say is that Lucier had kind of, especially on like Mortal Time, the decoration was kind of outstanding to me. I don't know if it was like, if it really was, or it was just like in like a nostalgic thing now for me. But I felt like this decoration was ahead. And track wise, never been bad. I mean, what I gotta say is that I didn't like the Dragon Ball maps, but probably because they were already a little bit dated when I played them first time. Like the Volume 6 one is fine, but the older one is like such a weird OS mumbo jumbo. Nah. I think above average is fine, maybe deserves excellent, but I'll leave that to you, I guess. Lucid. Lucid is honestly a guy I wish I would have taken some time by now to invest more in his maps. Because he has interesting feature partners and they also it also makes him do interesting projects. Like there was this one long as hell map, I think it was Feature Shocks, maybe it was solo map. It's like 6-7 minutes, and his style is really not that great and all, but somehow the simplicity and the lighthearted way he maps kind of benefits that. And then there's also like the feature with Goku, which is by far my favorite from him, the Aphostic something. Really, really great map. Hmm. Yeah, the thing is, I still have to put him on average, but I just want to mention that he's kinda interesting with what he's doing, and I sadly didn't look into it that much yet. But I somehow have some attachment to that guy. It's a little bit strange to explain for me. Um, then this guy, uh, I'm not sure. I think this video will come after my map of the month for November. So I just gonna either tease now or I just say what I've already said there. The thing is, most of his maps are easily super boring for me. Genuinely. Like, M3 is so boring for me. But now's the thing. This month, November, are we recording this? He released Mesmerize. And I don't know if it's just me. Maybe BriaN can back me up if you checked the map already. Genuinely, this decoration on this map is kinda going way too hard. I don't know why, but honestly, after a minute, this map kinda feels like it is some small cyberpunkish thing. Like not a super crazy thing, but like daytime cyberpunk city shit. And I just can't wrap my head around it that this guy might be held back from the OS allegation. And it just kinda really is a good decorator at least. And I mean, his track is fine. I don't know. I don't know. It's I can't. That's same kind of like Lucid. Maybe I should investigate more with his maps. Maybe he is better than I think he is. I don't know. It just caught me off guard. I played this map and I was like, wait, what the hell? It's actually great. The only problem with him is that everything else I played from him is just so incredibly mid and boring. And at this time, I just don't know if it's because it's OS or it's because I genuinely feel like he's trash. I don't know. But the last map, Mesmerize, really just told me that maybe I'm wrong with him. KarNikkl. It took me years. It took me years to notice that he is named Kartoffel. It really took me years. Anyway, the guy is average for me. Back then, I felt like the maps are maybe a little bit interesting, but playing them longer just showed me they are flawed in a lot of weird ways. So, yeah. I would never play a Kartoffel map just because I want it. It's like, no, it won't happen. What will happen is that I play a Simon map because I want it, and Simon is excellent, I think. Might be even Legend. Actually, the problem is with the Legend barrier for Simon. I mean, you gotta like Simon. That's like one thing. Simon is a love or hate relationship for about everyone, I think. It either be like entire mapper or like map wise. For me, the problem is that Simon. I don't want to say he fell off, but I feel like his style just evolved from the Deep Power Paradise series and then just kind of stagnated a little. With Phantom Port being like the last thing he was really, really good at, and then after it's just like an experimental thing. Like especially if you look at this map history, it's like volume 7 to volume 9. Like I'm just starting the journey where he got quite popular. Uh, they have all the kind of same vibe track wise, and then his volume 10 is like it's kind of like the Gus type of jump where you just go in a random DM, but with Simon it's just still I feel like everything he touched at this point was just slightly unplayable for the sake of it. And his volume 11, which is the actual Deep Power Paradise 4, like BriaN, for real, I don't know why the hell this was Deep Power Paradise 4. It makes no sense. But yeah, Deep Legacy is the actual part 4 for me. Then part 5 with the volume 13 as well. It's all like. I think he just couldn't scale up anymore. I don't know. And Temple of God is probably his worst map by far. I really hate Temple of God. This map is just horrible. But apart from that, just to mention them too, like Sancting Realms is also kinda cool. I also like the Titanium series he did previously, so also the older maps of him are kinda enjoyable. So yeah, all in all, I think he left quite the impact and is a very impressive mapper in his own ways. Then we've got Lycry. I'm not sure how to pronounce them. I just always named them Lycry. Had a few jumps actually in his style. I don't like his Volume 4. A lot of people like this. I am a fan of Boss Wave. The other maps were kind of boring till Timeless again. Timeless series is kind of interesting, and then after like Timeless 2, there was this gap, and then he jumped back with newer maps like Boss Wave 2 and all. And the second wave of like Prime maps were also kinda interesting. I gotta say, I'm a huge fan, for example, of Velocity. Actually, it's Volume 12. It kind of has a cool vibe. So all in all, I think like Lycry reached his peak. I think his personal one, just given by how long his journey was. I think he's just gently above average. Might be, it might be just average anyway, but the few maps stand out for me enough to like give him the above average, because there are some maps I just genuinely like to play to this gay, to this gay. Okay, day, not gay. Jesus Christ. Nah, but I think some of them, like Boss Wave, also still aged well enough. I mean, Boss Wave might be outdated. It's just like nostalgic, but it's just kind of fun to play still here and there. And then last for this row is finally where you wrote him with the okay, with the exclamation mark. Ping. Yeah, Ping is. I would say I discovered him a little, because back in Fox I was the only guy who gave his Volume 8 any attention, like any at all. I think Ping made a name for himself by now. Like back then, he also was maybe in smaller circles known, but I think these days, especially through the MTA mapping Discord where he's active and all, I think you get a good picture of him now. And his latest maps like Heaven Over Hell and all that it shows he has some stuff to do. He's quite good at mapping, I think, in his own way, but he's like still kinda looking for his niche, and he's like improving this niche with every step on the way. Here, I mean, also his Volume 11 shows a little. I forgot the name again because it was like some random ass word, I think Discernment or something. It's actually also a genuinely great map. I think his maps like are more fun when you play them than when you look at them. However, there are still those gentle flaws in his style, like track-wise, sometimes you got issues. Decoration is kind of all over the place. I used to call him like the lost third brother of Jordan Bright, because that's kind of what his style, especially like if you look at Volume 8, feels like. But step by step, it's kind of getting away from that, and he's kind of evolving his own thing, which is in a way more chaotic fashion than those two ever did. So I would think he's slightly above average just for the creative mind he actually has, and I'll just say let him cook. Let him cook and be amazed. Alright, your turn. Was kinda long.
That's fine. Um, I'm still struggling with basically the entire fucking row, to be honest. Lost. I was gonna put Lost in average, but I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I might be, but I feel like she has some HDM maps as well, doesn't she?
I think the only HDM map she has is Higher Ground, and the others were just decoration tasks. That's just what I think.
Should have I should have checked while we were talking, but let me just. Oh, it's Lost is a pretty common word in the world of map names. So give
Yeah,
me
that
one
of course
second.
also Lost Place and Lost
Higher ground,
Kingdom.
Aquiver, Traumatized, Lost Mistake. Lost Mistake is one of her latest maps, isn't it? I think that's like
That's a
pretty
good
okay.
question, honestly.
Ecstasy. Um,
But yeah, the only HDM map she also did track in, I think, is Higher Ground. But I'm not 100% sure. It's just like the other map I know is Enormous Cataclysm, and there are mappers like Nicotine in there, so I guess they may track.
mm, yeah, I think I'm gonna leave her an average, and she can prove me wrong. She's kind of the same kind of average as Lucas Souls, who I like. Yeah, I see it, but it's kind of not enough yet. So yeah, I think she will have more maps and, subject to change. Louisier. Louis Sire. I don't know how you say his name. Uh, he's also hard to rate for me because his maps are iconic. I think like he had such a unique style that you could just tell if he was involved in a map, and I love that. So I think is he? I don't think he's quite excellent, to be honest. He's kind of like I don't know. I'm gonna leave him here, but I think he's one of the names who stands out even from this list. I think I'm just gonna put him above average because if I'm comparing him to these names, I feel like all of these names are a bit more established in a way. I don't know. It's one of those where I would think more highly of him if his maps were more relevant to me. For example, if I was in the Mexican community or Latino community, where I think his maps probably got played much more than wherever I played, then I would think more highly of him, or maybe there would be a bit bigger of a nostalgic factor. But yeah, I'm just gonna put him here, and I kind of feel bad about it, but yeah, I think that's where he belongs. Um, these guys, Lucid and the BMW name guy, hard because I am very well, not against this new wave of old school mappers making new maps which are old school because they are easy and because they are kind of bad. Um, I feel like they're just bad maps. Like I don't know. It's hard. Um, I think I'm just gonna put both of them in below average, to be honest. Lucid, I think he has better maps, and I was actually gonna put this M3 guy in dog shit. But when you said he had a new map, I was like, I might as well check while you're talking. And I checked, and it was like much better than any of his other maps in my memory, anyways. So I think that's enough to not put him in dog shit and just put both of them in below average. But they're still mapping, so prove me wrong. KarNikkl, I'm gonna put him in average, even though I love his volume 7, 8, and it's weird. Like I think he also had a unique style, and he's kind of like console to me in my head. Um, I like his maps, but that doesn't mean he was above average. I don't think his maps didn't really stand out at the time. They were fine, and they are fun to play even to this day, I think. But I don't think he deserves to be in this category. Simon, I kind of agree with you, to be honest, in the sense that yeah, I don't think I would say he fell off, but definitely not overstaying his welcome. But yeah, his style didn't evolve in the right direction, I think. It kind of like instead of going forwards, it went like a different route, like a side quest or something. So it's kind of like stuck in this awkward position of, you know, it feels like a Simon map, but not in the good way anymore, more like in the bad way. So his volume 7, 8, 9, and a few bits he made. Um, was he excellent? The, uh, to be honest, I don't think so. Yeah, his newer maps are they kind of ruined the vibe. If he didn't make more maps after his like volume 10 or something, then I think I would put him in excellent because I feel like he had a good journey. But now he has like new maps and they're yeah, fuck it, excellent. And yeah, I just kind of begrudgingly, but I think he deserves it like overall. Um, kind of. You asked about Deep Power Paradise 4. Well, I can say that everyone can stop fucking blaming me because it wasn't my idea to make a DPP4, and I was kind of surprised when Simon and Gus kind of announced that the map was done after like 3 minutes. I was like, wait, so this isn't DPP then? Like this is not it because I was on board with the idea to make like a more playable version of DPP, like a kind of easier and more consistent, and I was under the impression that that's what we were doing until I think it was Gus who made the hunter part. Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, I think the map is done." I was like, "Huh?" But I was like, "Okay, you guys do whatever you want to do." So
What
that's
the?
what happened. I was just as surprised as you guys. So please leave my family alone.
Oh, okay, I guess I'm now in Deep Power Paradise 4. Okay, then, that's fine.
Because I think we wanted to make a map, and I think we wanted to make DPP4, and then I was like, guys, I already have like HDM-ish track that we can use because my part was a feat request which then got like cancelled. I was like, let's just use this. So that's what I did, and I decorated it. And then Gus made his part. I was like, okay, this feels kind of cool. And then Simon just made like 20 seconds of track, and then Gus made the hunter part. I was like, that's it.
What the
Are we
heck?
not making DPP4 then? I was like, yeah, this is it. I was like, okay.
With Deep Power Paradise 4, no, it's perfect.
I was like, okay,
No one
okay.
will be confused about it. It's so Deep Power Paradise,
I
sure.
was like, okay, it's your series, so you decide. I won't be blamed for it. Lo and behold, guess who decided to get blamed for it? Yeah, I mean, whatever. Fuck it. Like right. I'm gonna put him in average. I think I like his old maps more than his new maps. He's definitely yeah. I don't think he evolved in the right way. At least not for my taste. I like his Volume 5. I think that's his best map ever. And then he made like 20 maps after, and they're just not as good anymore. I don't like them. And Ping, hot take. Um, this may sound rude or like unfair or something, but I always call Ping Mr. Mid because everything he makes or posts is like the most like mid shit ever. But it's been so long, and I don't think he evolved much. At least, again, not to my taste. That I think I'm just gonna put him in below average for that. It's kind of like why Dexter is in dog shit. Like he's so consistently bad. Dexter was that I think he deserves to be in dog shit, and for the same reason, I think Ping is below average because I just don't see. Like he has 11 volumes now, I think, and they are just all like meh. Like I really don't like them. I don't see his style. I think he's just like doing the same shit everyone did like 6 years ago. And I'm not trying to be mean. That's just the impression I'm getting. So for me, Ping is below average.
I mean, it's fair. Like the thing is always with Nova guys is of course like I talk a lot with them, and I think with Ping, I ever since his volume 9, I think I'm constantly seeing his screenshots and all, and he's constantly asking for like feedback and all. So yeah, that's why I have like the ultimate access to his progression basically, because it's literally I get documented. I get it documented right to my front door. But yeah, I'll just say let him cook. Let him cook.
Yeah, his as everyone else on this list is free to prove me wrong. Like I'm not against anyone. Like I want more good maps to be played, right, and
I,
made. So
I mean,
go on
freaking
and
Christ! I did rant about Sapphire. I think no one else doing that.
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start with who the hell is Martin again? Wait! Rammstein Martin. Oh my
Yes.
God! I forgot he exists. Actually, um, yeah, I forgot he. Is it mean to put him below? Like what time did he map? Was it like 2011 or something?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, then he's
2010 and 11 mainly.
then he's average. Okay, I don't care about his maps really, but yeah, it's average. Zerkom. The thing is, I used to call him Zekrom because of that one Pokemon in Pokemon White. I'm not sure if it's even named like that in English too, but in German it's Zekrom. Anyway, the guy is kind of like Link, and it might make sense when I like continue. The thing is, Sercom is usually in type of maps where the decoration is like the map is like average, but the decoration is kinda more special than an average map. That's kind of the Sercom thing. But the difference with him is also that his track is not boring. Like I'm not really sure how the maps were named. Like, honestly, I haven't played them in a long time, but there was one feature with, I think, X Lewis. Was it? I'm not sure of the name though. I think it was like Quartz or something. That map is outstanding in not really amazing ways, but like slight different vibe ways, with slightly moving buildings, and the track is kind of like a Death Joker map or something. And that's like kind of the style I have in mind when it comes to Zircon, because also like it's Volume 3, it's a little bit there. It's also in another feature. All in all, above average. Zircon maps are rarely boring. Not maybe super insane, but rarely boring. Michael Jackson. I don't know. I think he's a goat, honestly. But apparently we talk about the mapper, so I guess I have to think about it otherwise. Was he part of Bel Air?
What do you mean?
There's this Bel Air map from Moorman, and there was another guy. I'm not sure if it was Michael Jackson or someone
No, it
else.
was Mormon and Infinity.
Ah, okay. Who the hell is Infinity? Okay, anyway. I know there was one volume that was okay. Volume 4 or something. I don't know the other maps. I guess then it's average. I like the singer better. I like the singer better. Almighty. Almighty. Didn't he have a banger as hell, Volume 3 actually, and that's all he had? Because he was like in some features with good decoration, like the Bring the Madness and Final Destination. I think his Volume 3 was good. Average with maybe above. Maybe. It's long ago. MTH, honestly, I think he had potential. Not too many maps, but I know that he like if you look at Infuria, he's a scripter. And he's damn fine at it. He had potential to make more crazy stuff. And also the maps he was in, it also shows he's quite good in decoration and overall, like, I would say vibe creation, like scenery creation. I think if he stood around a little longer, maybe it would have been quite insane. Genuinely. Oh, BenQ. BenQ is kind of my darling. My little mapping darling, actually. Because I'm gonna keep telling you guys, that guy is evolving. Let him cook. With each map, that guy is developing. It's even more like when I say like about Ping or like Slimy. I feel like BenQ is like right now he's in the era where he keeps improving, because I know him for a long time and I know for a long time he maps. But the thing is that he rarely released stuff up until like now the last, let me say, 12 months. Started with like the Saku feeds. And the thing is, if you look at the Saku maps with BenQ in them, you will notice the track is better. If you look closely at it, the track is better because BenQ is a track monster, kind of. Not super amazing, but definitely very good, I think. And it keeps showing now more. Like, it's the Saku maps, then before it was like this one feat with Azula. Also, he did, I think, the very most bit of Bergentrückung track-wise. Like, probably, I think, like 70% or 80% are from BenQ. And given that this map was kinda well played on FFS, I think that kinda speaks for it. You could maybe compare him kind of to Windside, you know? Like, I think Windside, given that Windside did a lot of the track on Bring the Madness, but isn't as anywhere close to known like Crashes, that's kind of BenQ. He does really good track also in Lost Horizon, the entire track made by him. That guy is actually good. You're just like sleeping on him. You're just sleeping. And following BenQ with Saku, the actual god of mapping, the absolute legend, the best mapper of all time. Yeah, I'm gonna put Saku on GOAT because there is just... What can I say? The guy is absolutely amazing with everything he does. Okay, but joke aside, below average. Below average, but I think he can scale up to average. I think he's in a scaling process. I don't think that Zaku will ever reach a height of like above or plus that. but I think he's gonna reach some level of genuinely decent maps. It started off with him. It started very poorly with him. Gotta say that. There's a reason I was against Chinatown as I was, because it's really just so damn plain. And I think what Saku just needs is like some genuine guidance, because speaking with him and all, the motivation is there to improve and to do cool stuff. The motivation is there. It's just that I feel like sometimes he's a little bit too disconnected from how to map things. He's kind of lacking the eye for stuff, because he's mainly a decorator, but he's kind of lacking the far side of what looks good and how you can improve stuff with simple measures. And I think if he achieves that, then he will be a lot better. I just would like not make him let him do track. I feel like track isn't really made for him. But decoration, he could evolve into something decent. All right, your turn.
Okay. Martin, I'm gonna put an average. He had a lot of maps, and back when he was mapping, there weren't that many people making maps, so his maps were pretty popular, I think, especially the Rammstein series. But yeah, I don't think they stood out too much even at the time. Actual OGs can prove me wrong or like tell me that I'm wrong. Whoever played it at the time. I admit that even I wasn't super into DM back in 2010. Uh, Zircom average. I kind of don't like his. It's not that I don't like his maps. The style is just so mid to me. Now they're fine. Like they don't stand out in either the good or the bad way to me. Michael Jackson, the brother of 10 times. Uh, I think that shows, and maybe if it didn't, then his maps would be better. They're fine. I think they are even more playable than 10 times maps. Mighty, average, doesn't stand out either way. MTH, I'm gonna put him in above average. I think MTH is the good kind of script mapper, and Jeremy is the better one. So I think MTH is who Jeremy wanted to be. But you know, without the scripts, the maps would be kind of mid, I think. So above average, but I don't think it's a potential thing. I think we kind of got to see what he had to offer. He could have maybe made better maps, but I think you could make the same argument with everyone. BenQ, hard to tell, right? Like, if he actually just makes track, then it's kind of the same case as with, for example, Common. I feel like a good mapper can do both, even if just, not as good. So I think he's average, and he can prove me wrong with his new maps if he wants. Saku, I guess kind of the same deal, like make more maps and prove me wrong. For now, below average. That's the row. That was a quick one.
All right. Okay, next one's. Oh, what the hell is this jump? Okay. Oh wait, I was tapped badly again. Okay. Honestly, Red GTX. I have a lot of sympathy for him, because it's like, Red GTX arguably has one of the most interesting styles for me. It's kind of like he's in this niche between a Death Joker style, but also like he goes for more the cooler vibe, given he does a lot of rock songs in them and all. And it's also a little bit speedier. And what I feel about him is that most of the time it's just like I feel like Red GTX is kind of in a how should I say, in a pit hole. Like, to explain it, it's like the guy should be way higher up than he is. I feel he is somewhat underwhelming to what he actually can do. like if you look at this volume 4 or even volume 5, I feel like his mapping style is to some extent quite amazing actually, because he kinda screws out so much fun out of simple stuff. Like even Citra skills I think shows that his simplistic parts sometimes, or sometimes maybe even more creative ones, lead to really cool maps. But not also that, he's also like a variety mapper, because if you know Nymir, for example, which is a solo map HDM of him, it also shows he's quite good at decoration, like room decoration, but also can create very good HDM parts with just simple measures. So you know what I'm gonna go with a hot take here. I say Red GTX is an excellent mapper, but somehow his maps aren't. Like his career wise, he isn't an excellent mapper. But I'm just gonna put him there anyway because I feel like he is. He has so many layers to his mapping that I genuinely think that the guy is just kind of so in such a weird spot on the radar that I don't know. Maybe it's just not like it. I think most of the part actually might also be because he got lazy at some point. He has also some, I think, one or two maps who are decoless, because like there's what I think even one feat with U-Rage, which is probably why you have the names on the side like that, where Reggie X made a pretty good track, but he didn't bother decorating it, and so U-Rage just finished it off or something. Because that's just, I feel like maybe he got tired of his own issue that he's just not that popular compared to other mappers, despite him making such cool maps. Might be, might not, I don't know. But I feel like Red GTX is just a lost star, honestly. Urage isn't. To like get that started. I think most people nowadays nowadays Urage barely is a name. I remember like in the time during 2015, he was like the meme. I think of like what a bad mapper is. If it's a bad mapper, it's like Urage. That's Urage for you. And even though I got my two features with him, like he was a weird guy, honestly. Sometimes weird, but also I feel like a cool guy in in his own kind of ways. Kind guy had his issues at first, and then he kind of evolved into something more acceptable and all. But map wise, I was aware of who I was mapping with when I made those maps. I just wanted to have some fun over some tracks, but UH never been a really good mapper. I feel like during the end of his era, you could say, of his own map career, he got to an average level, maybe. I feel like it was about to approach, but there's so many weird UH maps that I just rank him dogshit, because it's just like it's a UH thing to be dogshit, kinda. But either way, I'm kinda happy he was there. It was cool to have him. He was quite the character. Monkey. Monkey is insanely below average, honestly. His maps aren't that great. However, I kinda get why Hard Skills 3, the Volume 5, had kinda its prestigious time. It's just in the sweet spot of what you said about law.com. Kinda, it's so bad that it's almost enjoyable how bad it is. But there it was rather like in a way of a mixture of really bad, but it's also the Citra skills level of you have a skill based map that is just made for a casual player, so he can feel like he's a skilled player. The parts are kind of obvious for most part, and most of the time you are held back by some bugs. And it's just kind of a niche that can be fun to play here and there. And I think he achieved this once, and this kind of got him ahead a little, and then yeah, back to I can't actually map for him. Happy with the next guy. Is it Mozzie? Mose? Or Money?
Money.
Money? Who the hell is Money actually? I don't know a guy named Money.
For some time, I thought Money was Master Mike 20, but I'm honestly not sure he is.
Yeah, I
I
don't
can
know
tell you
him.
some Money maps.
I don't know him actually. I have no clue.
Cookie with Money, Sunrise Valley, for example.
Uh,
And then he had a
I won't
bunch
rate
of
a guy
um,
for a cookie feature. Like, come on.
Shine Fit, CSS Fit, Solder Fit, Money, Prisma.
I have no clue. Nah. I don't know him. But I know
Money Fit,
Quantum.
Red Room, Infection.
I don't know him. Just give it up. I don't know him. Um, so Quantum, I've heard of that guy before. I think he was a big number. Have you heard about Quantum? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Quantum is. I'm gonna say what everyone thinks when he like, or like what everyone would say who was around during the time. Quantum's Volume 2 was insanely ahead for odd ways. Like I don't know, Quantum Volume 2 felt so gigantic when it came out. Apart from that, um, it's safe to say that Quantum is definitely good, but I don't really like his maps too much. Um, Probably my favorite was Into Deep 2 because it just had the vibe for it, and of course Volume 2, but not a fan of Enemy Territory mainly for because it was so overplayed. And apart from that and his Volume 1 Showdown, the other maps not that relevant for me. However, I think you can say he is a legend. I would say simply because he was around during a time where mapping was in an evolving phase and he was part of it, I would say. As said, his Volume 2 is outstanding. His other maps weren't anywhere near to be even mid. I think from his mapping quality, he was never even near mid. So, yeah, I think Legend can be said. I think it can be said that Quantum is a legend. Just because his quality average is so damn high. Pipo. Is Pipo the Bastille guy?
Yes.
Honestly, underrated great maps, honestly. I give him above average. Honestly, great style for him. It's just that I think he never really. Wait, was he a feed partner of that one Moonlight map?
Yes.
Bro, he might be excellent actually. Like honestly, all I know from him is actually great. Ah, nah, I keep him above average, but actually he has only good maps. Honestly, might not be enough for excellent because it's so less, but uh, damn, actually a great guy. Okay, and last but not least, Wooden. Honestly, Wooden I only know from the Delta Heavy feature with Moonlight, and I don't know what he did there, so I don't feel confident in ranking him. Your turn.
Okay. Red GTX. I really like his Volume 3, 4, and 5, I think. Um, Above average to me seems fair. Your age, dog shit. Monkey, I kinda cannot rate. I know his Volume 5 and I don't like it. The rest of his maps I don't know, so I'm familiar, I would say.
I can assure you that every other map of him is worse. At least all I've played from him is worse.
Well, I'll just leave him here. Money, kind of the same, and I'm not sure if it's Mastermind 20 or not. I know they're both Mexican, I think, but I don't know. I'm not sure, so I'm just gonna leave him here. Quantum, I was surprised you are even questioning that he's a legend. I think he's even one of the best legends there is. Like his maps are so consistently quality, and he has done more than you think. For example, um, his Volume 1 was massive when it came out as well. He was kind of like Ron 1 with maps. Like he he had many feats with Moonlight, which was fine, but then when his Volume 1 dropped, it was kind of a similar vibe. Like it was kind of not skilled at the time, but it wasn't just a simple, it wasn't just a simple map. It was kind of tricky, and it was a bit challenging. And his Volume 2 is, I think we both know how iconic it is. Um, I really love his maps. I don't think he has a single bad map. It's crazy. Um, People, he barely had any maps, but for me it was enough to convince me that he's an excellent mapper. I don't even have much to say, to be honest. His first maps were like meh, but they were also really good maps for someone who just started mapping. I'm sure he had like old maps or something, but I don't know them. I don't even know they existed. Maybe they just didn't release them or something. Wooden. Wooden is an OG, but I don't think his maps ever stood out too much. He had solo maps, and his Volume 3 was pretty cool, but it's lost. Like, I don't think anyone has it anymore, and I never got to play it. So, yeah, average. And yeah, it's your turn.
Alright.
So sorry I got these like done so quickly. It feels like you're
Yeah.
talking.
To be fair, everyone speaks very quick when he is beside me. Like even in chat rooms, like Nova members sometimes keep telling me to, bro, can you
I'm not
shut the
trying to
fuck
get
up
away
for
from you.
once?
I just don't have many thoughts. Like for most of these people.
I mean, it does show why I do those videos. It's like I just talk
Because
too
you are
much.
talking first about everyone, so there are things that you say sometimes that I just don't want to repeat it.
I mean, do you wanna swap? Oh,
No, that's fine. That's fine. I
okay.
mean, if you want, if you see a row where you feel like you're not familiar with a few names, then I can start and maybe
I
just tell me.
mean, the good thing is you can talk with two about here because honestly, I don't know DJ Crazy and I don't know whatever the hell this is. What the hell is his name even? Wittix?
Yes,
Whitix?
Vitix.
Wittix?
Vitix. I don't know how you say his name, but yeah, I just call him Vitix.
Yeah, so I'll give you those. I have no clue about them, but continue with the others for now. Oh Naruto, oh Naruto. I have a love-hate relationship with that guy. It's a wonderful case of oh, you like this map community, well I don't. Oh, you hate this map community, oh well I like. Let's be real. Let's start with the obvious, okay? How was it again named? This weird ass name series. Unexpected. No. Why?
Dangerous skill.
Dangerous
No,
Mind
no.
Unskilled. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Dangerous Mind Unskilled. I'm not even sure till this day what the hell this title is even supposed to mean. Anyway, most iconic stuff. I think we all encountered that guy with the part one of the series. It's one of the weirdest series I've ever seen because it's like it makes no sense. It makes literally no sense as series. It's like okay, we've got like undecorated or like free land bit using speed map into blue sky speed map with less decorate with also low decoration, but this time it's city bits. Then we have part 3, which is also speed map but yellow again, and this time with more decoration, full decorated. Then we have part 4, which is like just one war ride loop thing all the way downwards, and it's like I think partly decorated. And then the 5th part with bus is even weird, and I think there's even a 6th part. Like this series is super weird. I don't like the first one honestly because I always feel the same damn part and I still think this part is super shit. I guess it's fine for the time though. I mean overall the series is a little bit weird. I like the third part the most, I think. But I feel like where Naruto really shines is like the other maps, like Beats Pain, for example. Apart from I don't know if you know, but the title is so damn wild. Because Naruto obviously is named after Naruto, and in the anime, one of Naruto's enemies is Pain. So Naruto Beats Pain is actually a wild title for me, honestly. But yeah, Beats Pain 2 is probably his best map, I think. There was also another one that I'm not quite sure about. And later on, I realized that Naruto actually has a lot of maps named as NRT. And all in all, I would say if like this NRT stuff is always like an average to above average. Dangerous Mind Unskilled is maybe above because it's so grand and colorful. But given the mainly for Beats Pain and maybe without skills, I think he is above average. Just feeling like his peak is long gone already. He's super interesting, but same time so weird. I don't know. I just yeah, I got to get this out of my system. He's so a colorful mapper and so many layers to his style. Though most of it kinda still the same because I mean what you can say is his decoration style is always the same kinda. And I'm just confused that he never decorated like back then as much. It's so weird. Takash is next. He was one step away from being a legend, kinda. Give him one more year of mapping and he probably would have ended up a legend. Takash, for some reason, just spawned and was insane. I don't know why. Like, he kinda skyrocketed with RMS and before he barely even mapped. I mean, he came from like the bus Sashgon bubble. But somehow, he starts touching a map, the decoration goes insane. I mean, BriaN will probably say something about it too because the Demon Hunter basically is like this shooting star it all went with. Then he has this Volume 1 super amazing map, honestly. It's clunky to play if you don't know it, but if you know it's like such a deco wonder kinda. And later on, it just got better with stuff like Bush Rizira, like where it shows that he's even not that bad in track, or Rosa X Stark is also something, his decoration on Nemesis. Takash was so insane. It's and the thing is, it's kind of like the Crashes thing. Like all in all, he kind of met for like the span of like 1 or 2 years max. Everything he did was like in that time span, kinda, but got released, and it's crazy. Though I think these days he is once again unknown because it's just more of niche maps, and given that it's not too much in features that are overly played, I guess not everyone knows him these days anymore. But gotta say, you gotta play those maps because Takash is actually insane. Nakwi, on the other hand, is not that insane. Nakwi for me is like I would argue a low version of Chippy, which makes sense if I put it like that. The fact is that Nakvi's maps all feel like copies of other maps, honestly, to some extent. Like there's not really much creativity there. It's more like Nakvi sees a map that he likes and then he does something similar. Like for example, it's Avanov's Escape to Deadly Paradise or Castor Rain. Oh, okay, I make Starglide series. It's kind of the same, but like more low budget. Or I would even say the stuff we did together in Infodemic. Infodemic was also kind of inspired from other HDM style maps, and I just buffed the decoration a little. And also all his other projects, kind of like Nakvi never made something that felt like, yeah, that's like Nakvi style. It's always something different. So I think he's average, maybe below, but I think his maps are playable enough to be average. It's just like not much of an own style for me. Now, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. But you are dog shit. Genuinely. Like, map wise, there isn't a single now map I consider well playable, honestly. The only being maybe Forbidden Island. Forbidden Island is good, but might be also because of ZJK, I don't know. Every volume is very annoying to play, and honestly, his last one, the volume 4, is even the worst, so I think I said enough about this in the map of the month. I don't know which month it was, but oh my god, I remember thrashing this map like crazy because it was so annoying to play. Les, yeah, I don't have much to say about him. He's in neat features with Jill, but plain average, I guess. Other maps of him also okay-ish. And ZJK, I guess he's average, but mainly because I feel like he never really pushed it too much. Breakout 2 honestly is insane for me. Like, it's a really good map. The Breakout 1 is okay. Forbidden Island, as I said, is really good. And he might be one of the best backward mappers, I think. I think his backward maps, like especially the second part of this, whatever his backward map was called, is one of the better ones, definitely. And all in all, his entire thing is just that it kind of shows me that he can map, definitely. I just feel like he was never really ambitioned to map something great because he could be above average, but yeah, that's just his mapping skill. I think his maps overall not too much. All right, your turn.
Okay. DJ Crazy, average to me. I like his volume 3, and I think he has a map with tonic, so good lazy generation, which I like. Wittigs, hmm, yeah, I think average, although I like most of his maps. I'm surprised you don't know what Wittigs is, because I assume you know Fab Map or
Oh,
Fab Map.
that guy. Okay, I know
Yeah,
FabMap. Yeah, yeah, I can put him on average. It's a cool idea, but a plain boring series kind of.
and he has a volume 2 called Chain Unbeast. Chain Unbeast, no, Beast Unchained. Uh, which is kind of like a quantum map, or maybe it's just trying to be. Uh, it's cool, but it's not quite a quantum map. Um, Naruto, above average. I liked his old maps more, to be honest. His volume 5 and 6 I really liked. Takash, is either above average or it's like a potential thing. Uh, yeah, I liked his decoration in our map. It needed some tweaking, but it was mainly fine. It was pretty cool, and I didn't expect him to make that kind of stuff, so I was like pleasantly surprised. The bush map is it's flawed, but I like the idea and I like how it looks. So yeah, above average, I think. Nakvi, I cannot rate. I know his name. I couldn't name a single map of his. Now, I would say below average. I don't think it's dog shit. Like if I'm looking at these names, I think now is definitely better than them. Laz, or Les, also below average, I think. And ZJK average to me. I don't have much to say about them. So your turn again.
It might be weird, but somehow I feel like it's kind of. I don't want to be mean like you previously, but it feels so wrong to me to put now higher than dog shit. It's so weird for me. I don't know why. But I literally could never play a single map of him without like vomiting, kinda. It's probably because maybe it's because when you try them to like actually pass them, it's probably getting that much annoying with the volumes. I don't know why. They would have done a feature with him though, because there was like one track he was kinda neat in, but I think that didn't get released. I had to sneeze. Okay, Nakesi.
That's you.
Nakesi Nax Raoul. That's the type of member I would love to have an own tier, and that tier would be kind of something along the lines of goofball or something. It should be something between above average and had potential. Like it's just a goofball. The thing is, I wouldn't say he was a good mapper. I wouldn't say he was a bad mapper or something. I would just say he was a character, and this character was quite wild. I mean, he is the guy of map Noah Buck and you are Buck. That's like one thing, and the other thing that's perfectly summarizing his entire career. I would say the guy has super interesting maps, and I think Power of Madness is the best one to show how capable he was of doing creative tracks, but kinda struggled with the afterthought of like making them playable and bug free. I don't know. I'm just gonna put him on has potential because had potential because that's like the best tier I can give him. I mean, he was part of Image Player, and yeah, what can I say? I feel like I just wanted more of his maps probably. because I would understand everyone would say that guy is below average or something worse or something, but for me, it was always entertaining to play his maps. And I really wish there were more of them. Legion. Legion is weird. I would say Legion's mapping skill might even be excellent because I don't know, I feel like his volume 1 isn't quite a volume 1. I can't imagine that the guy made this as his volume 1. It's too good. It's too refined to be a actual volume 1 for me. I don't know. And that's kind of all his maps. Every time Legion is in a map, the map seems too clean, too well made. It's just odd to me. I would say he's above average, but I feel like there's always a little something also missing in his maps, like something that's so outstanding that it would be higher, but somehow his maps are never bad, and that's kind of, I feel like sometimes he's ghost mapped. I don't know. Like, I cannot scroll. I don't see the names. Wait. Neb. Oh God. Okay. Nebla. I know that a lot of people consider him dog shit. I'm gonna be real with you. His personality, I get why he gets involved in beef so much, because it's just like he's just like a character to happen to get involved in such things. However, I feel like he's genuinely a cool guy, and with cool I mean like he's just like a passionate guy, and I appreciate passion. That's the thing. No matter how his outcomes may be. And I can agree that a lot of his maps suffer from weird decisions, I would say. That's stuff like maybe some of his Genji maps like Inazuma or other OS projects. I feel like Nebla should never do track in his own maps. Or like barely. I feel like his main issue is that he shouldn't do track. Because his track decisions are just not right. I feel like they are just not right. But what I will stand ground for is that the allegation to say that he can't decorate is just so falsely wrong. I feel Nebla is really good in decoration, actually, and I don't know why people keep telling me otherwise. I mean, yes, you can argue that a lot of his maps look the same, but let's be real, the style of him, this deserty style with those land bits and all, this is a genuinely good style. I don't know why people say otherwise. I think also like maps like Improved Shit 2, the map looks super cool. It's a cool style. I don't know what the issue is. And also in some other of his projects, like for example, Dragon Spine, I think also a style like this works solid with him. Or Up and Up. I think Up and Up has great decoration. It's just a track that's again kind of messed up. So I would say, you know what? It makes no sense for a mapper like that to put him there, but I put him in has potential because he kinda like balances himself out with cool deco and bad track that is kinda on average, but I refuse to put him on average because Nebla is just too specific and unique that I would just say the key to his improvement is guidance. Just like Saku. I feel like if he would pair up more and like let people do his tracks so he can focus on decoration, he would be above average easily. Because it also shows in some maps. Like if you looked at Improved Shit, I feel like the decoration is pretty good. Desirable with Cookie, this looks pretty good, and the map is cool playable because of Cookie. There was also features with like there was a flat map feed rocks, as like not rock zit, but the double X rocks and another guy. So that's also like a cool map. He works very well in features. That's kind of what I'm trying to say here. Alright, next one. It was kind of long, but it's Nebla. You gotta talk long about Nebla. HTML, honestly, I can't say much about. He is usually like another feature product, like a Calababs uses as well, but I think that's more because of Smix and his other maps. I mean, he has some style to it. Average, I guess. Unru, I only know from the shocks feature, the one you also made some for love of area of skill or something, area natural area of skill. I don't feel confident in ranking him personally. I can say that this nature area of skill map is kind of decent. Nexelon is a little Russo. Let's be real with that. That's a little Russo Junior. Above average, maybe excellent. Above average will do. He has everything Russo has, but in a lower fashion. With, of course, the lacking decoration, but the track style is basically that. I hate Osnet. I hate Osnet maps. I refuse to say he's dog shit because the maps have some sort of quality, but I hate Osnet maps. Every time I play an Osnet map, I wanna quit. Thank you. Skull. I think I know the volume 8. It was okay. Average. Alright, your turn.
I was muted so you couldn't hear me, but I laughed out loud when you were just rating Nexelon just randomly and then I hate Osnet.
Yeah, I read the name and it came just up. I just remembered the time I had when playing Awesome Maps. I was like, yeah,
Yeah, personal, man.
I just gonna shout it out there. I hate him.
Like, feel free to reach out to me, like in the DMs after if you need help with your Osnet problem. It felt personal.
It's more
Uh,
personal than Sapphire, actually.
you have you have the weirdest fucking like problems with like random mappers. I had no idea you even knew who he was, let alone have like a personal issue with him. Anyways, Nakasi, if it weren't for Unmatched Player and the XPR map, 1000 attempts, he would be below average. Thanks to those, I'm gonna give him the benefit of doubt and assume that it wasn't about, you know, Nakasi making a sheet track and the novel fixing it for him. So I'm just gonna put him in average. Legion, I don't know if you knew this, but Legion actually made the entire track in the movements map. Like he made the entire thing. Pretty good. I would say above average. He made some features before his Volume 1, but they were like old school maps.
I
Uh,
see. I mean,
so yeah, his jump was big. He didn't have ghost mappers, but just like with Saki, Crashes helped Legion a lot in his Volume 1, I think.
I
So he
gotta
had
say,
some
to be
guidance.
fair, the fact that he did the entire movement track, I hate movements actually, so that's like,
Really.
I can
I think
appreciate
they're
that's a
pretty
good
good
map.
actually.
To be fair, I liked it till they picked it in WFF. I started really hating it ever since. You have,
I think it's one of the better, like,
ah,
new HDM-ish maps.
I mean the map overall is fine, but yeah, it got ruined for me.
Nebla, I'm still struggling with, to be honest. I don't know if I just want to rate him above average or say that he has potential, but he's been around for so fucking long and he has made so many maps. I don't think it's about I don't think it's about like a potential thing. um I don't know. His maps are like definitely not average. And I don't think the main issue he has is lack of guidance. And I don't mean to make this personal or be rude. I think his biggest issue is actually the kind of personality he is. Because I don't think he's very open to, for example, like I don't think he would accept guidance. I think he believes that he's really good.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant. That he is like, he needs it, but he doesn't take it.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna leave him above average. I think. Like I don't like most of his maps. I appreciate the ideas. I appreciate the what did you call it? The passion. But I don't think it's really good, to be honest. HTML, perfect feed partner. He will not make the map about himself. He just compliments whatever you do. Aru, I like his maps, even though they weren't the best. I think his like at the bottom of average, but he was fine. Excellent, above average, I would say. He didn't have many like actual release DM maps until recently, but I think they're pretty good. Osnet, hard to tell for me, to be honest, because I once again wasn't part of the main community where he was, so his maps kind of just like, you know, they are empty and they are playable, but I'm not exactly sure how big of an impact they had. So I'm gonna put him in above average because I think some of his maps, age well, for example, Focus, they're still iconic. So I'm gonna put him in above average. And Skull is the nice one. Nice one. The last one. Average. Yeah, I like his maps, but they didn't stand out too much to the average player, I would say.
I mean, I literally forgot everything but that one map. Alright.
He had the two Insomnia maps he had to lose.
Yeah,
But
Toulouse
yeah.
is the one, I think. No, wait,
Yeah,
the
volume
one was
7.
Insomnia, the Volume 8. But yeah, the next row starts with Hell Knight. I only know that guy from Dice Array 2. I don't know what he's even doing. I guess I can't rate him properly. I can rank Red Knight, though I gotta say I have my problems with keeping track of all of his names. Is a little tricky. I think he's Red Knight and also Turco and also Anxiety or something. Um, he's also like a more Temu version of Jordan Bright, I think. I would say he's good enough to be average, but nothing special actually. Reflex?
Yes.
Wait. Reflex mapper? Can you reflex maps? Can you name me a reflex map?
Sure, give me 1 second. I know he was in the map with noise and crystal vessels. Something dead something. Let me give you a map. Just give me a second.
Looking for the next guy already.
Okay. Desire Fit Reflex Arrival of Summer. He was in the Christmas map. Johnny Fit Reflex with Disaster Fit Never. Wonderful Christmas trip. He was Noise with Crystal Vessels with Reflex. Reach for the Dead. He had some other maps with noise called End of Summer. He had a volume 1 apparently.
I have
And
no
there was a
clue.
Reflex with Frost Dream Chaser.
Yeah, I'll leave
And
reflex out of it
defeated
then.
Reflex with Access.
The thing is, I also don't know. Like Keshav, I'm so familiar with this name. What did Keshav map again? Jesus Christ, that's a weird role
Was
for
an
me. Not gonna
Indian
lie.
guy. Indian guy. He had like
Oh, the one
5
with the
homes
volume
in a
3.
focus. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, then this guy I'm gonna put him on average. And that's a weird row. Not gonna lie. Wait, Keshav is average. Volume 3 is neat, but I don't have much. Actually, finally a row I don't have too much to say about. Jesus Christ. Only about Rheinmetall. And Rheinmetall, I would argue he's overrated, honestly. Like, I think Moonfall is actually kind of a shit map, honestly. Like, not like in a way it's really genuinely super shit, but it's so. It's a crime that this made it to map of the month. I don't know. I felt like it's so incredibly mid. For me, he is average, actually. I have not much positive to say about Rhymeta, sorry. Usually I feel like just girl carrying him, that's it. And Ricardo is like the only guy in this list I can, like in this row, I can say, I genuinely like his stuff. Delirium is iconic and also a few other of his projects. I mean, he's probably still average though, but I had some fun playing these maps. Okay, your turn.
Okay. Um, Hollow Knight, I'm gonna put below average. I don't even have much to say. He had a few maps. They were his parts were the worst part of the maps. Red Knight, I'm familiar to be honest. Reflex, I'm gonna put an average. Keshov, kind of the same. Yeah. Rheinmetall. He's the guy with the Gurk volumes, the Gurk feats as well, right?
Oh wait, I actually was muted in the video, but yeah, Feeling Reckless is the series he did with him. And I think also Girk helped him quite a lot in Moonfall, which is also why I think, nah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go average, I think. And Ricardo, I liked his maps, the latest ones, but he didn't. Uh, what's it called? Delirium. Delirium 1 and 2, they were pretty cool. So I think he. Sorry, I keep burping. I have to stop talking. I'm gonna. Mm, no, I don't think it was a potential thing. I think it's average. Uh, it was good. I liked his Volume 6 and the other Delirium map, but that's about it. Yeah. So your turn again. It's a more into. Oh wait, I need to move Benny because he is the.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna put him at
the
the
second
last
bunny.
one. So this is our row now. Yeah.
Yeah, starting with Riser. A Riser is something I kind of feel like Nitro no Mikra. It's basically record-wise he's great, but map-wise one of the most plain mappers I could think of actually. For me, it was like a mixture of sometimes the maps are whatever, and sometimes it's just like old Aquil copy. I don't know. Nothing much to say about it. Ron 1. I sometimes don't know how to name him. Should I name him Ronnie or Ron 1? Because we have like 3 Ronnies in this game, and so it's just Ron 1 for me, and Ron 1 is the number 1 goat, I think. And I might be too high. I admit that, but honestly, I feel like this Volume 3 to Volume 5 span are one of the most cool maps this game has to offer, kind of. I don't care too much about Volume 1 or 2, but I mean, till this day, I can't listen to the Pendulum Crush song without thinking about this damn banger Volume 3, honestly. And I feel like his both track and decoration were on such high levels. I mean, I could also put him on a had potential to be like the most amazing guy ever. I've also seen some older build of what he could have mapped after levels. I would just give him the goat rank as some let's see as some sort of extra wildcard VIP bonus. Like he might be just a legend, but I give him the VIP access just because he's won one, and I feel like he deserves the prestige. This is just I really like that. I like that guy. I like his maps. Ryan, I have like 1 or 2 maps in mind, which were kinda average. Kinda neat from vibe, but average in total, I think. Buzz. Buzz is kinda rotating between good map and bad maps. I feel like he has a lot of silly blow marker decisions in his maps. And he low-key... I feel like he shouldn't have to evolve too much after his Volume 5. His Volume 5 hit a sweet spot, and then he made a lot of weird maps with a lot of turns that are just so damn forced. I would say he I give him the benefit. He's above average map wise. He kind of nerfs his own maps with the blow scripts mainly, but as an HM mapper, also judging his decoration skill, it's definitely there. He is pretty good, honestly, all in all. Windside, yeah, Windside. As I said when I ranked BenQ, I feel like he's a little on the radar. I'm not sure if he's above average though. It's like I feel like Bring the Madness was like his biggest accomplishment with the track. His other maps I've seen him in are neat, but not that insane. So I guess average will do, but definitely a good guy. Hawk. I was thinking about Hawk lately. I was thinking about what was gonna happen when I have to rank Hawk because he's a interesting case of a mapper. And I honestly decided on putting him in head potential He doesn't have many maps. He counts up to 3 volumes, and I think 1 feature. I'm not sure. The thing is, all of those maps from the first to the third, I feel like he was onto creating a style that kind of went a little bit back to the roots, and casual players could enjoy it. The thing is, though, his era kind of nerfed him because back then, when we played 10 times maps, we all had the same room. Like, we didn't have an HDM sector, you know? Like, okay, now I gotta play 10 times maps also, or a body rules maps. I mean, okay, by that CDM, but like, for example, needed skill 2 and all. Like, you had it all in the same room. Also, like stuff like image player and all. And now you have this HDM section and all. And the thing is, the main issue with Hawk is that all his maps went into HDM instead of like MDM sort of thing. Because his maps are kinda built to be also enjoyed by non-HDM players. And I feel like if it were opened that his volume 1 and 2 were playable for the M players, maybe they would have been more known. I won't say he is on the 10 times level, but just the way he maps, I feel like it could have worked out better for him. Because now he's just an overlooked afterthought, and that's kind of sad for him. LX. LX is kind of outstanding. He kinda is also one of those guys who kinda started already being kinda great. And Tropical Pain, let's be real, is a very great series, so it's a very clean above average for me. Both deco wise, but especially track wise. Mygil, I'm gonna be real with you, I have no reason to not put him in dogshit. I probably don't have seen all of his maps, but every map I played of him was insanely bad and poorly made. So yeah, I literally, you can really prove me wrong there because maybe I'm overseeing something. But like I played 4 maps of him or something, and they were every time underwhelming or bad or poorly or all 3 of that. So yeah. And sexy, I know probably just the volume 4, which is kind of neat. So average, I guess. Your turn.
Okay. Um, Riser average, I guess. Ronnie, I'm gonna put Ronnie in. Uh, where am I putting Ronnie? Good question. I don't think it's a gold. He didn't have many maps, but all of his maps are pretty memorable. His Volume 5, I don't know if you mentioned this, I kinda don't like it. It's like, feels like a directionless map. It wasn't as big of a hit as his Volume 3 or 4 were. Um, hmm, I'm gonna put Ronnie, I think, in excellent, to be honest. Is he a legend? Uh,
Not too like to make you do something you don't stand behind, but honestly, given the time, Ronnie Crush was the map, so I guess he could name him a legend. At least that was my POV. Ronnie Crush was the map.
it's hard. To be honest, I'm kind of struggling here.
Benefit of a doubt. Benefit of a doubt. Benefit of a doubt.
Not that, his Volume 5 makes me think that Ronnie peaked in his Volume 3 and 4. And they were cool and I loved them and they were big at the time. But are they iconic like a DC map is?
I
Or
would
like a
I would
cozy
say
map is?
genuinely yes. Like volume 3 absolutely. Maybe not volume 4 but volume 3 absolutely yes. Also, as an unpopular opinion I would like to share, volume 5 would be the same level if it wasn't for that one backward part with the belly. I think that was the one part that genuinely ruined the map to be as long living because it's just so
Kinda true,
buggy.
because I don't remember the map after it. I don't know what's happened to be honest.
Usually every run on Ronnie Volume 5 is basically that, okay, I just gotta survive the belly part and I'm good. And then you get a slow and I'm like, oh dang it.
What I know about his Volume 5 is it was meant to be much more. Because
I can
exactly
imagine.
where that backward part begins, or like before it. You know the part where you have to like bounce over a fence shit and then go up a valley? Or like a so that's where the map was actually meant to like divide into three different ways. So it was gonna be a massive map where there was gonna be three different ways of passing the map, and they were all gonna be like more and more difficult. And then Ronnie, I guess I feel like he kind of rushed it, and yeah, just Ronnie's Volume 5 in my head kind of feels like Finn's Volume 5, where it's like, yeah, you kind of didn't need to make that anymore. I'm struggling. I don't know. It's one of the toughest ones yet for me. I think I'm just gonna leave him an excellent. To be honest, I feel like if I am struggling, then he doesn't deserve to be a legend. It was really good, but I just don't feel like he made the most of it. Yeah, Ryan. I'll be honest. I kind of wasn't around in DM at the time when his maps were popular, but I know that they're fucking great. So I think I'm gonna put Ryan up where Martis is, which is excellent. Is it? Yes. I love a few Ryan maps. They're pretty cool, and I know that they were massive at the time. So yeah, I'm gonna give Ryan excellent. And I want to make a change already. This goes out to my friend Basti, who pretty much convinced me, not convinced me, but kind of opened my eyes that I was wrong about a person who I didn't rate as high as I should have, which is Sea Lion. I'm gonna put Sea Lion in excellent as well. I He was right. I totally forgot like the impact that Sea Lion maps had at the time. I don't know how it happened, but he was correct, and yeah, I correct my mistakes. He does definitely belong in excellent. Um, Buzz, I don't know. Winside, I'm gonna put in average. His check of Bring the Madness is cool, but I think that's the best we're gonna get out of Inside. Hawk, hmm, is he below average? I don't like his maps.
What? Brian doesn't like an HTM only mapper with modern maps? What?
I don't think it's HDM only. I checked my map collection of Hawk maps, and there are a few which I like. For example, he has like 5 old school maps with Walk and Redus. There's like another one which is with Walk and Redus, which is also old school.
Oh,
He
those I don't
has
know.
he has 2 RMS maps with Santi, Zed, and DLF, and also Akano with Deniko with Budia and Hawk. And they're just not. It's hard. I don't know. I think I'm gonna put him in below average. Where is it? Yeah, that's just the vibe I'm getting. Alex, I am definitely putting Alex in excellent, I think. Uh, I loved his maps, and they were all pretty quality, I think. And my JL, I don't think it's dog shit. It is not far from it, below average. And Sexy, I liked his old maps, but apart from his Volume 4 and wait, hold on. I really fucking love Rustic Ridge as well. Where's Michael? In average. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought so, yeah. I think they're both average, but they were pretty cool at the time. Uh, yeah, that's it. Your turn.
Alright. Let's see. Oh, Halbe Sonne. Okay. Half sun, half sun, half sun, half sun. I lost him again in my endless pile of mapper names. Ah, there he is. Might be biased, might not. I'm not sure. It's a matter of fact that you know, I think I said it in a previous episode. I had this time span where I always queued up with a second guy alongside me, a second mapper that I spent a lot of time with. And one of those time spans were with Semi-Sun. We only got one release map together, I think, or two, but I don't count the RMS map. But we spent a lot of time together. And I was with him during his time where he started with like his volume 1 and the feature with Nemo and about all his elements, like even outrageous. Even outrageous. And in fact, I was actually also planned for being part of the probably another outrageous map actually at first. The spawn decoration is actually done by me. But yeah, I left it because I was focusing on other stuff, and then he invited Slimy some years later. All in all, I'm aware of average Semi-Sun opinions. Like a lot of people are like, yeah, the tracks are boring and all, and he's not the greatest. I would say that Semi is very creative with his ways, and every time he maps something, he always tries to bind it to some idea. Except maybe his volume 1 because it was like his first map, but overall, when we did the horror lodge, it was always this, yeah, we want to do some special clock tower map. Outrageous has this idea of making oddly creative parts, and it's only enhanced in the sequel where you can see that every part is like in a different decoration style. They're just trying around there, which is why I think the map turned out so well, because Sammy and Slimy share this identity. And also, I think that Sammy he's also very good in outside of the box thinking with that, because he also uses sometimes deco objects that are not that in plain sight to just grab and make stuff with. Only thing is that there aren't as many maps. I actually didn't even talk about Chromatopsia yet. That's also a thing, like the cinematic stuff he tried there and all. But yeah, in the end, I think it would be not deserved for him to be below anything here. So above average is like the bare minimum I gotta give him. Probably he's not excellent. I feel like there are still some stuff necessary for him to rank higher, but I feel like what I can say is that if Semi-Sun is in a map, it's usually always something creative to some extent. And I think it's something that's really valuable for the game in itself. So next guy is Tick. Yeah, while I said a lot about Semi, I can't say much about Tick, honestly. Mainly he's more like a product together with Phantom and Takash and all. I guess average. Can't really say much about him. Sergio, oh, one of BriaN's 5,000 feet partners. He has somewhat a recognizable style, actually, from the 3 formats I played of him. But actually, I would low-key say he might be even below average, but his one map, his 5-minute long map, was kinda cool again. I feel sometimes his track is a little bit clunky. But I'll give him the average either way. Shock one. Shock one is also like the one guy I talked about previously. Shock one has the potential of an above average mapper skill-wise, but makes average maps. I think Sun Radiance is his best shot with track, but other maps he's just kinda... It's just so forgettable that I can't even say the names of those maps, so... I think he's definitely skilled, just that it doesn't really show in his maps. Shocks... I think he was even back then average, I think. He was definitely a skilled player, but mapping-wise, I think he was never higher than average. Sides, funny, yesterday I just I told Sintro how much I'm tired of his damn volume 1. I don't even know if he had more maps. I think he had one feature with none or something, but I'm gonna be real with you. I not gonna go on a hating spree like on Sapphire and Osnet. I just wanna say I'm so damn tired of this Volume 1. It's just like the Coon map and all. Why do you play it so damn often? We got it, the map is okay. But like, yeah, average. Maybe above for like a Volume 1, but man, it's such a boring map. Jesus Christ. Get over it. And you have SIISTI. SIISTI is, for me, I would say excellent, which is kind of a twist because usually I wouldn't allow a non-decorate mapper for most part to be that high, but with SIISTI it's just that I feel like what you kept saying, he put all his skill points in track basically, and I feel like SIISTI really is a god in that regard of this niche of finding a way to make OS style HDM. That's kind of his style, and I feel like he's so damn good at it that his maps got to a level, they reached an iconic level that I say, yeah, he's excellent because it's just that specific style. It's a rare exception I'm willing to make for SIISTI. Alright, your turn.
Okay, gonna be some hot takes on this one. Nothing personal. I don't rate Samison. I do not see the creativity you're talking about. Just don't like his maps. So they kind of go hand in hand with Slimy for me. Below average. Tick. Cannot rate. Sergio. He's kind of like Strong GT, isn't he? Like his maps look good, but they play like shit most of the time. I'm gonna put him in average though, because he had a higher peak than Strong GT, and he also had like scripts involved and stuff. Like his maps look better than Strong GT's, and they also play better just a tiny bit. Shock one, I'm gonna put in average. Doesn't stand out to me. Shogs, it kind of hurts because I like Natural Area of Skill, and I like his Volume 7, but I'm gonna put him in below average. Sides or Sidis, or I don't fucking know. I think he's one of the best few map wonders there is, and I'm gonna put him in at potential. He has 3 maps total, and they're all pretty good. And I don't know where he came from. I don't know where he went. Yeah, I don't like his. I like his Volume 1. I don't like that it's overplayed, but I don't think that's his. I don't think that's his fault. He just. I won't blame him for making a good map. So yeah, he definitely had potential to be better and make more maps. And I'm gonna put SIISTI in potential as well. I feel like his track is really good. So if he learned how to decorate his own maps pretty well, and not in this, I wouldn't even call it an old school style. It's just whatever. Like, then I think he could be an excellent mapper. Yeah, his track is good. His deco is shit. So I think he has potential to be better if he learns how to make at least like okay decoration. And yeah, that's your turn again.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go for something. I will not share a second thought. I won't do it. Um, it's just literally 2 maps for me, but Legend. Silver Fox made Silver Fox Volume 3 and Volume 4 are that amazing that I would just give him the legend for that. Because he didn't get worse after and before. He had to scale to make amazing maps. What can I say? I feel like those maps are just so long livable. I don't know. I feel like he deserves this. I play this over and over. They're just not getting boring. It's insane that the air maps aren't getting boring 1% after playing them so damn often. They're so damn dynamic. The style is so wild. I love it. And I mean, you can argue the decoration, but even Volume 4 has great decoration for me, actually. So, Nah, I'll just give him the slight bias of Legend. He would probably be just excellent, but nah, I'll give him Legend. I rarely have so much fun of playing the M maps. Then the guy with one of the weirdest mapper names in history, eCicker. Every map of him is somehow weird and out of it. I would give him the average just for that. I feel like his maps are weird to play, but there's some creativity behind it I can appreciate. Dybala is once again like I feel like probably above average mapper doing average maps. I have quite some fun in some of them. I would say overall he's still just average though. Skynet, his comeback is interesting. I didn't know him before, honestly. Like, I don't know any older Skynet maps, so I just judged a new one here. And that guy is quite average solid. Nothing too big, but nothing really disappointing or anything. Thomas, I usually only know him from features, and they are mostly forgettable, average. X Crow. Nee, not X Crow, it's eCco, my bad. eCco. I gotta say it was quite the experience to map with him. Was a little bit speech barrier difficulty, but apart from that one feat we had, his other maps have wild creativity, so I say he has potential. But I don't know how his brain works, honestly. I'm not really sure what direction this guy would even go. I just know that he doesn't seem average. He seems to be outside the box. I forgot what Skyris mapped. Who's Skyris?
Turkish guy. He has 4 volumes. He has the Roar map with the purple bellies in it.
The raw map. Average. Okay, average. There's not much to say about that guy. Oh, none. I'm not sure if I would put him above average, but I kinda have to because the few maps I play of him are not feeling like I can easily forget them. And while they are a little bit clunky, maybe they are advanced in both decoration and track style. So yeah, I guess above average will do. Oh, kind of short round for me.
So you put Silver Fox in Legend, you said?
Yeah.
For me, I don't think it's above anywhere above average. uh, yeah, I mean, unlike his volume 3 and 4, but I don't think that makes him even an excellent mapper, let alone a legend for me. And I don't think it's a potential issue. I think he showcased what he could do, and yeah, pretty cool, but not more than that for me. However, this guy, he is one of my not my secret weapons, but I really like his volume 4, and feel like he left too early. I'm gonna put him in head potential. His volume 4 is actually fucking crazy. I love it. He has another map with Hot and Anus, I think, called Breakout, which is pretty cool. But I think if this guy made like 2 or 3 more maps like his volume 4, people would have been calling for a feed with Kiwi, for example. Like, I feel like he had the potential to be a great nighttime mapper. I loved his volume 4. Maybe it was a fluke, but that's why he's in potential and not excellent. Dybala, bang average. Skynet, average. Thomas, average, yeah. And here's the hot take: eCco fucking dog shit. I don't like his maps. I do not see any kind of creativity that you mentioned.
Is this a hot take?
Maybe it's mean, but I just don't. I just don't see it at all. Skyrus average and none. If he didn't make his volume 5, then I would put him in excellent. But I kind of don't like his volume 5, and that makes me question whether he's excellent or whether I just should put him in had potential.
Wait, what? Volume 5 is actually the one map I probably like the most.
His volume 3 and 4 are actual bangers. His 5 is nyeh.
I mean, it's the clunkiest, definitely, but I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him in excellent. He's at the bottom though. But I like his maps. Yeah, okay. Your turn. However, we are 8 away from 100. So okay, so Tony is the last one we're rating in this episode.
Blizzard is such an edge again. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my. No, Tista. Okay. Okay. But yeah, we'll do. Risky. It's once again the case of, oh man, I know your name, I know that you mapped a few maps, but I I have the picture of the maps in my head, like how they look and all, and how they play, but I can't remember any names, so that's the average. Atomics. I might just look. I put him on below average, but oh wait, nah. Oh, nah, maybe yes. Look, the thing is, he is the maps he is in aren't below average really, except like his volume 1, it's like just maybe plain average. But the thing is, Atomics for me feels like a product of Caesar. Like anything this maps he is in with Caesar could be done by Caesar all by himself. And also the same counts for his double feature with Snake, the Shine series. You know, I mean, I can still put him on average, I guess, but I feel like, I mean, for me, he isn't even really a mapper, you know? It's more like he is a name in another map. For me, Atomics always will be like that one crazy freaking mad lad WFFer, but the mapper, not really. Slipknot. I gotta say, Slipknot's decoration is absolutely excellent. Like that's out of the question, hopefully, but track-wise, I guess it nerfs him a little bit to above average. But his decoration, Jesus Christ, that's actually wild stuff. Tomba. There's only one map of Tomba I ever enjoyed, and that's Won't Go Quietly 2. That's the only map ever I enjoyed from him. Everything else I don't care about, so I guess that makes him average for me. Then we have Novice. Oh, Novice is actually, I would say, gently underrated. He's not that great, but he's more than you would think. But like, I'm not even sure if it's enough for above average. Honestly, it's just want to point it out that his maps are kind of fun, and I expect that most people don't even know who he is. So yeah. You know what? Unexpected is your thing. I'll leave that guy to you. Where did I put him now? Oh my god, I lost him. Where did he end up again? There. Yeah, thing is, I'm not sure where to place him, honestly. I love VT Intensity too. That's out of the question, but apart from that, I have just not too much clue of him. So I'll wait for that. Tommy might be one of the best Turk mappers of that era. I feel like he was kind of the sign out together with Brodom. And I think he deserves an above average for that. Yeah, some cool maps. And Tony is, I think, the guy from I forgot the Feed Giampa, yes. I forgot the name of the map. I think Tony was in some maps that were like oldish and decent. Some they maybe think they're above decent, but I wouldn't say so. Alright, that's my final 8.
I think I kind of fucked up.
That's not good.
Because I think...
Oh, you've swapped him with Tonic So. Oh.
No, so Tonic So and... Yeah, okay. Yeah, I fucked up. Okay. So, here's the issue. I missed Tonics. So there is a Tony, there's a Tonix, and there's a Tonic So.
Ah, yeah, Tonic, I know, yeah.
3 different guys, and Tony is the mapper in Picture Perfect, for example. Tony Fit, Goku Fit, Flip. There's a Tony Fit, Andras Fit, Shackle Fit, Jester, Atlantic. But that's not the guy who is in the fit with Gyampa, for example, because that's Tonix.
Uh,
So I
yeah,
think they're different
but
guys.
actually, wait, is that Tony the guy from Celestial Reaches?
Celestial Reach.
That's like feet Swifty, feet Anus, I think.
Yes, that's Tony.
Yeah, then he deserves average or above average, yeah. Okay, yeah, then I don't have to swap him.
But I think that's not Tonix. Because I think Tonix was Italian, and I think Tony is... Where's he from? I don't know.
I mean, Tonic So is Italian, actually.
Tonix is Italian, Tonix is Italian, but Tony, I don't think he is. Or is he? I don't know. I don't know, actually. Yeah, I'll do my research for the next episode, and then we will write up whoever is missing to the candidates of being replaced, or like to replace the one Benny card. But I think I missed Tonix. Anyway, okay, Risky. I'm gonna put him in below average. I don't like his maps.
Ouch.
Atomics. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't. He's free to prove me wrong as everyone else in the list.
I don't
Atomics,
think
I'm
he
gonna put
maps
in average.
anymore.
Sorry.
I don't think he maps anymore, so yeah, that's that.
Oopsie. Then sorry. That's where he is. Slipknot. I'm also gonna put in average. I think. Meh. Tomba. I'm gonna put him in below average. If I'm looking at names here, notes, Strong GT. Yeah, I don't think Tomba ever. I like his. Yeah, I like his volume 9. Is it? But otherwise, yeah. Yeah, below average. Novice, average, I think. Unexpected. I like Feel the Intensity 1. That's why I asked him for Feel the Intensity 2. But other than that, I'm gonna put him in average. He's an actual OG. He's been mapping for ages,
I
but
mean,
I don't think his maps ever really stood out.
that's the thing. Like, I once saw this part 1 actually, and I'm gonna be real sure. I get why you like it. I get it because it's like it's the vibe of it. It's so kind of a
Yeah.
unique vibe, but the track is like too OS, and so you kind of made it like viable for actual DM, and it's like, I mean, I would argue Feel the Intensity is one of your top 3 maps, might even, because it's just such a vibe actually. But it's
Well,
also the pretty much only map I know from Unexpected. Like the series, the only stuff I know, and I feel like once I go out of there, the mapper gets worse for me.
I don't think Feel the Intensity 1 is too old school. I think it's cool. I just like it.
Yeah, it is for me because it's just so slow paced.
Is it?
For me,
Yeah.
it was. Maybe I have to replay it, but it was for me. I remember it being.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like a stop and go map, yeah.
you
Kinda.
gotta say maybe it's also because I played the second part before the first one. I guess after this, you like, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I like that.
I just put him on average then.
And Tommy and Tony both average to me. Oh, and I put him in below average by accident. Sorry, average. Yeah.
All
And
right.
yeah, that's it for this 100.
Another 100. Let's go. Stay tuned for the next time when we talk about mappers like probably not like they are right now, but we still got some left actually. Yeah.
Some interesting names left. We can take a look at who's left, because
Wait, actually,
there's
you
like a 50,
didn't we talk about
50
you
chance
fuck
that you're gonna
already?
be in.
I was sure we talked about you fuck already. Why is he still not? I thought I talked about him.
Who?
You fuck. I thought I
No,
talked about him. Actually,
I mean I can check, but I don't.
no, actually, it's
Yeah,
just
it's just the
once.
one.
That's fascinating. Okay, I mean, I guess.
Let's see who else is left, because there's like a 50-50 chance they're gonna be in the next episode or not.
We have Schwanz. The Schwanz interesting. Blizzard, of course. Artista for me. For me personally, Artista's interesting. Crashes still actually might be the wildest we still have
Still there,
left.
yeah.
Um,
I saw Scootaloo, who was one of my
Scootaloo
favorites.
for me, Scoot also quite an interesting guy. We've got Charlie Scene is also a niche actually.
Yeah. Reventon.
Um,
Oh, Reventon.
and else, yeah, also quite a few of smaller mappers.
Rapist.
Rape.
And now this video has been demonetized.
Yeah, by the amount of fuck I say, it's oh, disaster, yeah. Can't wait to rank disaster.
There's Winter
Amazing. Winter Seal.
Chanahun. Moonlight is still left. Skotinko is still left. So yeah, there's some bangers left.
Alright then see ya next time in part 6 then. Have a nice day, evening, night, Christmas, I guess. Nah, it will be uploaded before that, probably.
Hopefully.
Maybe the series is done by then, maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, until then, bayonara.